Hello, welcome to week 14 of the pregnancy vlog. Oh, I'm still not a bit rubbish with these weeks, and like as it goes on, like it's harder. There's more weeks, there's more. Oh, my memory is rubbish anyway, but then with baby brain it's worse. Actually, I have had a few baby brain things now. Probably won't be able to think of them. Like I'm much more clumsy. I'm clumsy anyway, but I've been much more clumsy, and I keep forgetting like stuff, if I've said something or not. Like for instance at work, because I had work yesterday and I had a customer come in to ask something, and because it's vehicle hire, you have like this spiel that you have to go through with everyone about explaining that the price includes VAT, and then like go through all the bits that they're not allowed to have on their license and everything. So I was like, I've just told him the price, and then I couldn't remember for the life of me like what I'd actually told him. So I'm like, I thought I was repeating myself, so I stopped like halfway through, and he stared at me like I was a loon, and I was like, sorry, have I like, am I repeating myself? He was like, no. I was like, oh, sorry. bit like, oh, I don't know, I just feel like I'm going a bit crazy, but probably most people won't even notice because it's just normal me. Yeah, so it's quite funny. And I did actually read like somewhere, like people like have said that they've kept baby brain for like a whole year after the birth and stuff as well. It's gonna be awful. I'll probably like leave the baby somewhere. But like, is that my baby? Do I have a baby? Be a bit weird. Yeah, so this week, I guess it's not gone that quickly this week. It seems to have been week 14 for ages. The baby's been the size of a lemon this week, and it seems like I've been saying that for ages. And now he's moving on to a pear for week 15. But it's pretty cool because like lemons and pears are quite big fruits, and when you think like a few weeks ago he was like a grape, and then before that he was a sesame seed, it's pretty amazing. So that's pretty cool, and I'm getting quite excited because now we're going to head into week 15, so it's getting closer to like the time when I might start to feel the baby move. So I'm very excited about that. I'm generally getting overexcited about everything. Aiden's still just being Aiden, really. He gets talked at a lot about baby stuff, so he is excited, I think, but just like he's a bloke. So I've got the midwife this week coming up on Friday, so that'll be towards the end of why are you giggling? He thinks the word midwifery is like the funniest word ever. It's not even that funny.
Funny.
So I'm seeing the midwife on Friday. She specialises in midwifery. I'm hoping that she'll listen to the heartbeat, because I'll be like, well, pretty much 16 weeks by the time I see her. But I have read like in the UK they won't listen to it before 16 weeks. Although you can hear it, like if for some reason they can't find it, it doesn't necessarily mean there's something wrong with the baby, but they don't want to panic you. I think it's a general thing, but I'm hoping she'll try and listen to it, because we haven't heard the baby's heartbeat yet, so that's quite exciting. And I've got my letter for my next scan, which is really exciting. I got a bit overexcited about that, to be fair. I didn't think that I would get it until the following week after seeing the midwife, because that's what happened with the previous one. But I've got the letter now, so that's very exciting. And my scan is the 17th of December, and that's a Monday. So we've booked the day off work, so we're going to have a holiday off work, which is exciting. And as long as baby cooperates, that'll be the day that we find out the gender. So that is like unbelievably exciting. And then after we've had the scan, I'm going to go out and we're going to buy something pink or blue to celebrate. I'm still undecided, to be honest. Aiden's convinced it's a boy. I think she'll be offended if it is a girl in there, but we shall see. So not long, just over a month now, so that's, I don't know, and that's really weird to think, like just over a month, it's like halfway through the pregnancy. It's a bit freaky. So anyway, back to this week. It's been, I don't know, I think it's been reasonably uneventful, which is a good thing. The sickness is still held off. I was sick last night, but only like a tiny bit. And that is like the first time all this past week that I've been sick, so that is it's fine. I mean, if it's just going to be occasionally like that, then it's fine. And I'm also, like, sometimes in the evening I'll get a little bit of nausea, nothing like it was, and then just go to bed and it's fine. Apart from last night, I was slightly sick, but that was it. The tiredness is still here. I'm still really tired in the evenings, and probably about, well, it's probably quite rare actually if I'm up past 9 o'clock. So I'll stay up as late as I can, but you know, just get so tired, like your eyes start stinging and you just can't deal with it. So I go to bed, and then Aiden either comes to bed or watches something on telly, comes to bed when he's ready, and usually wakes me up again, like I said before. So yeah, and actually, while we're on the subject of sleeping, I've had some weird sleep issues this week. Like at the start of the week, I'd probably had 3 nights where I just didn't sleep very well at all. I was waking up all the time, and I hate that so much. I hate, because you don't get like proper decent sleep because you're waking up so much. Even if you're only waking up for like a minute or so at a time, like you don't have like the deep sleep to like actually get your energy back and everything. So that's not helped either. But I've been waking up, and like my back, sort of lower back area, has just been aching. I know like that sort of as you go on into the second trimester, sleeping on your back or lying on your back anywhere, like if you do like yoga and stuff, isn't recommended, because all the extra weight presses down on like the sciatic nerves, I think, and that can give you back pain. But I tried like all through the night. I was trying on my back, on my left side, on my right side, and whatever way I led, I'd still wake up like soon after, like aching. It was awful. So then I decided sort of midweek to try with a pillow between my legs, because that sort of helps align your pelvis or something, I don't know. And that actually has seemed to have done the trick. Like, I've used that for the rest of the week, and I've slept so much better. And I've been waking up, and if I have woken up, I have not been aching, no pain or anything. So that seems to have done the trick, so I shall keep my pillow. I've just used a normal pillow, not any of these pregnancy ones. Like, what are you doing? You can get special pregnancy ones, and to be fair, some of them do look like really comfortable. Like, you get like the whole body ones, but they're quite expensive, and if a normal pillow is going to do the trick, then it's fine. Still getting like the random hiccups all the time. Yeah, so that seems to have solved the sleeping thing. I did think it's like weird, because I expected to get uncomfortable with sleeping sort of late on in the pregnancy, but we're still reasonably early on, and I don't have that big of a bump or anything yet. But I don't know, it's obviously not to do so much with the weight, but to do more with I don't know, something going on down there. So tummy has grown a bit, I think, this week. Sort of rather than so much growing more, it's like becoming rounder still, and it's going harder, which is pretty weird. And it does actually change throughout the day as well. Like in the evenings it's a lot firmer than it is first thing during the day. But I don't know, I guess it's everything, sort of the uterus shifts upwards, so everything's moving up there. I did read that you should, like, you might be able to feel your uterus, but I have no idea like what you would feel for a uterus. Weird. I don't particularly want to feel my uterus. And I've had trouble with headaches again this past week. I think it was Monday. I had terrible like headache started at work, so Monday afternoon I felt like so ill. I didn't go dancing last week because of that. I went to bed well early on Monday, and then Tuesday I still had the headache. It tends to, like, if you don't, with me anyway, if you don't get rid of it as soon as it comes on, then it turns into a migraine and lasts a few days. So sort of by Wednesday it was better. Still there, but just very mild, and it's gone now, which is great. Wednesday night I did get the cold that's been going around at work, so I don't know whether that's connected to the having the headache or not. It's not been the worst cold ever, and do you know, it's not really bothered me that much. It's just a bit irritating really, but like every person at work has had it, so there was no way I wasn't going to get it. My immunity's rubbish as it is, but then when you're pregnant it's lower than normal, so I don't know. I've booked it in to have my flu jab, which is in a couple of weeks time. You get that free here whilst you're pregnant, and I think it's worth doing. I've been like reading a lot about, some women won't have it because they're concerned about the risks and stuff, but it passes on some of the immunity to flu to the baby, so that's like really good. And I thought, you know, I've had flu before, it's awful, and to have that whilst pregnant is, oh gosh. So I definitely don't want flu, so I'm having the jab. And yesterday we went back to Toys R Us, and I asked a few questions about the car seats, because I was pretty much decided on the pram that I want to get, but I read that you can't use the ISOFIX car seats with it, and we did want to get one of those for Aiden's car, so I thought we'd better go in and clarify before we make any more final decisions about prams and things. And you can't get the ISOFIX ones to go with the car seat that's compatible with the pram, but she went through like explaining it all, and it's not, because we assumed like the ISOFIX bases are more safe than like the ones that you can get the bases that go in with the seat belts, and then the ISOFIX ones clip to like some like metal clips that go directly to the chassis of the car. But apparently it's not to do with safety. Once they're both installed correctly, they're both as safe as each other, but because the ones that you have to fasten in with the seat belt, there's more room for error, so you might install it, or you're more likely to install it incorrectly, and then that would be where there'd be a higher risk of anything. But obviously we'll make sure that they're all like installed like properly, and because we're getting one each, they'll stay in the car, so it won't be like one day we'll have to just quickly put it into another car and rushing around and it doesn't get fitted in properly. We'll like make sure they're properly fitted in, and once they're in, they just stay there, so it's not really a problem, which is good. So I think we're decided on the pram, and then obviously the car seat, which is the one that's compatible with that. And today I've bought a changing bag. It's not here yet because it's been bought off the internet, so once that arrives I'll show you next week. But it's one of the pack of pod ones, which like, well, it's brilliant. It's got like different pods in, so you can have a separate pod for the feeding and a separate one for the changing, so it keeps everything separate and you don't have to get like little bits lost in one big bag. So I'll show you that next week, and that's about it. So this is an update of the blanket. It's come on quite well, I think, since last week, and like all this has been done with one ball of wool. I've like literally just changed to the second ball of wool. I think that's pretty amazing, and they're just normal 100-gram balls of wool, so that's coming on pretty well. So feeling pretty positive that we're going to actually have a blanket at some point. But we'll see. Don't hold your breath. So that's about it for this week. I'll see you next week. I'll update you with what happened with the midwife, if I have felt baby move yet, but probably that's going to be a couple of weeks yet. But I'm still like waiting every day, trying to feel something, but we'll see. So please thumbs up if you've enjoyed, and please subscribe to see more, and I'll see you next week.